Hi, I'm Satori Shakur, and here's what's coming up on One Detroit Arts and Culture. Renowned musician Chucho Valdes talks about his role as artist in residence for this year's Detroit Jass Festival. Then a play set in 1967 Detroit, plus the Detroit Symphony Orchestra's 2022-23 lineup, and Baira performs. It's all this week on One Detroit Arts and Culture.
From Delta Faucets to Behr Paint, Masco Corporation is proud to deliver products that enhance the way consumers all over the world experience and enjoy their living spaces. Masco, serving Michigan communities since 1929. Support for this program is provided by the Cynthia and Essa Ford Fund for Journalism at Detroit Public TV, the Kresge Foundation.
The DTE Foundation is a proud sponsor of Detroit Public TV, among the state's largest foundations committed to Michigan-focused giving. We support organizations that are doing exceptional work in our state. Visit dtefoundation.com to learn more.
Nissan Foundation, and viewers like you.
Hi, and welcome to One Detroit Arts and Culture. I'm your host, Satori Shakur. Thanks for joining me here at Anthony Lee's Artist Studio. He's putting the finishing touches on his mural honoring Vincent Chin. This month marks the 40th anniversary of the murder of Vincent Chin, a Chinese American who was killed in Highland Park by two white men who blamed the Japanese for the downturn in the U.S. economy. The killing sparked the modern Asian American civil rights movement. Now you can see this mural on display at Peterborough and Cass in what used to be Detroit's Chinatown. Coming up on the show, Detroit Public Theater presents Detroit 67 at the General Motors Theater in the Charles H. Wright Museum. Then we get to hear the lineup for the 2022-23 season of the Detroit Symphony Orchestra, plus a performance by dance company Baira. But first, Grammy Award-winning Cuban pianist Chucho Valdes sits down with WRCJ's Linda Yohn to talk about performing at this year's Detroit Jass Festival.
Chucho, welcome back to Detroit, and please give us your thoughts on the Detroit-Havana connection.
In my opinion, it's one of the most important festivals in the world of jazz.
He tenido la suerte, ya dije, de tocar varias veces antes.
I've been lucky enough to play before, but this time,
En residencia.
as an artist in residence, it's really a huge honor for me.
Voy a poder presentar,
I will be able to present a lot of projects that I've been working on.
sobre todo el primero.
First of all, the one called The Creation. It's a suite in 3 parts. And it describes the influences of the African music in the Caribbean, in the United States, in Africa, and everything else.
Ese es el primer proyecto que voy a...
The second one is Duet,
Con Diane,
with Diane Reeves, one of my favorite singers,
y Joe Lobano.
Joe Lubano,
El tercero va a ser con...
and the third one is going to be with the Super Quartets. It's my understanding that it's an excellent relation between the festival between Havana and Detroit.
Tell me what it means to be communicating through music internationally.
La música...
Music is the universal language.
Y los músicos...
And all musicians that in this moment we are talking about jazz, we are a big family.
Festival es un lugar...
The festival is the place to meet.
Es como...
It's like our home in this moment.
Y cambiamos
And we exchange knowledge and we play together.
para mí...
It's a wonderful thing for me.
Tell us about the relationship of the piano in Cuban music to other instruments, especially the drum.
El piano es un
Piano is a harmonic instrument, but at the same time very rhythm.
La batería es un
The
instrumento.
drum is an instrument of rhythm.
Entonces, cuando el piano toca junto con la batería,
When they both play together, the piano just feels resting because the drum is helping the piano.
You had a great group with drummers and other instruments, including Paquito de Rivera
Wow.
with Irakere. Tell us a little bit about the difference that Irakere made for the world.
Irakere cambió.
Irakere changed everything, all the structures.
Pienso que fue la sesión de brass
I think it was the brass section most important, and the one that plays more influences in all the history of Cuba.
Paquito de Rivera, Arturo Sandoval, Jorge Barona y Carlos Averof. Esa es la sesión más increíble
That's the section more incredible that has just go through the Cuban music.
y los músicos más respetados que
And the
hoy
most respected musician that even today
añadimos
we add a lot of elements of the jazz to the Afro-Cuban music.
y también incluimos muchos instrumentos de percusión africana.
And we also introduced so many African percussion instruments that were not used before in the Cuban dance music.
Yeah. La bata.
La bata.
La bata.
Ella sabe.
Yeah. Beautiful.
You know.
drum. Yeah, I do. I do. Jazz Bata Dos. Beautiful recording. And Mirror, Mirror. You have won Grammy Awards for both of these. And I hope people will re-listen to them. What should we listen for in Jazz Bata Dos and Mirror, Mirror with Chick Corea and Ileana Elias?
Primero en Yabata,
First of all, in Jabata, the language is totally different. The vocabulary is totally different to what he has made before.
y el piano yo lo
And the piano, I used it just, apart from the harmony, as a percussion instrument that was playing with the drums.
y entonces es un lenguaje.
And it's totally different language.
Ahora el espejo,
Mirror Mirror is one of the most beautiful experiences in all my life.
porque yo
Because I adore Eliana Elias.
la música de Brasil
Brazilian music is incredible. But she also managed just to deal with the Afro-Cuban music, all the languages.
y Chick Corea,
And Chick Corea, who by the way is one of my heroes,
yo me sentí muy cómodo
I felt very comfortable in that language among us.
Give us some of your other dreams and jazz hopes for the world.
ya lo estoy trabajando.
I'm working on it.
Estoy trabajando ahora
I'm working on the vocabulary and language, Cuban, Afro-Cuban jazz,
pero con otra forma de
but with another way of expression.
y con un sentido.
And with a harmonic feeling totally different to the one that we have done so far.
Yo creo que puede.
I think it could be something different to everything that we have done before.
Bueno,
Buenísimo.
muy bueno. Oh, Chucho, gracias. Thank you.
Let's go to the Charles H. Wright Museum, where Dominique Morisseau presented her masterpiece, Detroit 67, thanks to Detroit Public Theater. The show is set in 1967 and focuses in on racial tensions when a white woman is introduced to a black family just as the streets of Detroit erupted in a revolution.
I don't want to lose my son's future to no bar too shaky. I want him to have something solid.
Me too.
Then promise me you won't blow our money on this deal.
Oh, come on, Chef.
Promise me We're gonna keep this house and this family together.
From your perspective, what is Detroit 67 about?
Well, Detroit 67 is about the Poindexter family, really. It takes place in the family of the Poindexters' home. The brother and sister have recently inherited this home from their parents and their legacy from their parents. And so they are really figuring out what the next steps are for them as a family. And while they're going through kind of a transformational moment as a family, our city is also going through a really transformational moment. And the conflicts that the city is having find their way right into the Poindexter's basement. So it's really about a family, but it becomes about our whole city.
You in this just as much as me. How am I in this just as much as you? I ain't the one who grabbed her. No, you just stood there to somebody tell you what to do. Tell me what to do? I got hands and feet, ain't I? I ain't so sure. Don't nobody tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Well, okay then, you said it. Say what? You did this because of you, not because of me, just like you said.
This is the third time we've produced Detroit 67, actually. And this is a piece that we plan on going back to time and again. The rebellion, obviously, that took place in our city in Detroit in 1967 has shaped a lot of who we are as a city and how we function, and the questions that come up with this play and with what happens in the Poindexter family and in the community in Detroit in 1967 is really powerful. It really brings history to life. And gives us kind of a much more intimate understanding of what the people who were really affected by the rebellion and who lived in the neighborhood, what happened in these homes.
What you think is gonna happen when this white woman wake up in a house full of colored folks in the middle of the ghetto? You think she's gonna be happy and thankful you saved her when she see all these gashes on her face? You think she's gonna be able to distinguish one colored food from the next?
Well, how you know it's a colored food?
I pray it wasn't, but if it was, we in trouble.
What would you want audiences to take away from having watched this production?
Well, I hope that they would want to see more work by Detroit Public Theater. I hope that they would really look into who Dominique Morisseau is and what her other plays are about and have to say. So I want people to also look at their community differently, to really understand how some of these things happen, how people are affected by the choices that we make. So really a deeper understanding of our own humanity is what I would hope for our audience members and for the humanity of the people around us and the people in our communities. So we always hope that our work helps us connect, helps audiences connect with their humanity and with what's happening in the world.
And I know Dominique can't be with us today, but is there anything that you think she would want to say if she were able to be here?
Yeah, I mean, I think that she would tell people to check out Detroit Public Theater. She's the executive artistic producer of Detroit Public Theater, and we're building a new space in Midtown. We'll be opening with her play Mud Row in the fall. So if you missed Detroit 67 this time, you can come see Dominique's play Mud Row. Her play Ain't Too Proud, the musical that she's doing, that she did on Broadway and was nominated for a Tony Award for, will also be in Detroit this summer with Broadway in Detroit.
I think she in trouble.
Lord, that means we in trouble with her. You ain't get her to tell you nothing?
She worried about something. I ain't sure what or who, but that trouble from last night ain't over. That's all I know.
I don't want that trouble following her here, Lane. We got to find out who her people are and get her back to them. That's what we got to do.
How do you think productions like Detroit 67 add to Detroit's theater scene and the arts and culture scene of Detroit today?
Yeah, I mean, I think these productions are really important. I mean, Dominique's plays are being produced all over the country and all over the world. It's really important to her that these stories are being told in the city. She writes so much about us and about Detroit.
Can't tell whether she coming or going. Look like a wild animal done went astray.
Oh, you ain't seen her like I seen her. Standing out there on the side of the road, looking like the devil himself done came to claim her. I just can't send her back out there just yet. Can't have that on my soul.
And Detroit Public Theater hopes that people will start understanding that the quality of the work that we're doing here and that we're able to produce here at Detroit Public Theater, you don't have to travel for that. You can just come right downtown and see the plays at Detroit Public Theater. So we're really trying to produce work that is of the highest caliber and give Detroit audiences the work that they deserve.
Thank you so much, Courtney. I really appreciate your time today.
Well, thank you so much. It's really nice to talk with you, AJ. I appreciate the time and look forward to seeing you at the theater soon.
The Detroit Symphony Orchestra is set for a packed 2022-23 season. WRCJ 90.9 FM's Peter Whorf caught up with the DSO's president and CEO, Erik Ronmark, to talk about the highlights that are sure to dazzle the crowds who enter Orchestra Hall.
Hello, good morning, Erik.
How are you, Peter?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Can you highlight, Erik, some of the new commissioned works that are being showcased in the coming season?
Yeah, we joined a few different commissions. Some are consortium commissions where we signed on because we like to be part of the creation of new works. And then some that we spearheaded and really are giving the world premieres of. And so everything from a Bryan Neighbors, for example, or Michael Abels. The very first piece on the first concert is by Michael Abels, and probably best known as a great movie composer, but he's best known for his work on movies like Get Out and Us. And then there are these other commissions by Jess Montgomery, Bryan Neighbors, who I mentioned, Tanya Leon, who just won a Pulitzer, that we got onto early and are proud to be part of bringing new works to the world. But then the Carl Simon piece is one of the highlights for me as far as the new works. And the theme really is about the Underground Railroad. And so other orchestras that were stops on this incredibly important historic journey are going to join in future seasons. But Detroit, of course, being a very important place in that.
Your piano soloist lineup is pretty epic as usual. Emmanuel Axe, Isata Kenne-Mason, Danil Trifonov, and Garrick Olson returns with music director laureate Leonard Slatkin.
Yeah, we're really fortunate to have built all these relationships with great artists over many years, and Manny is just an amazing way to open the new season with the Chopin, and Danil Trifonov, who I try to never say that I have favorites because everyone brings such a unique quality. But I remember with Danil, who we saw here early in his career, really right at the beginning of when he started to take off, and then build that relationship. And he loves coming back to Detroit.
It's cool to know that Detroit connection too with composer Florence Price. Wanted to mention the string lineup, which really excites me. Maria Duenas, Anna Kiko Myers, Biba Skrita, and Augustine Hadlick. Of course, it's another season of classical roots. I think it's season number 45 next year.
That's right. Yeah, it started back in '78.
Anthony Davis's music will be featured.
Yes, Anthony Davis was a composer in residence with the Detroit Symphony many years ago, and we commissioned a few shorter orchestral works of his, and his opera X, which I'm seeing in just a couple of days on Sunday. I'm catching the final performance. It's just a milestone work, and I'm so glad that our friends at Detroit Opera are bringing that back to life, and it's a work that deserves to be heard. And Devon Tynes, I think, is just one of the most interesting and fascinating singers to me. I think his voice is so special, but he's also so convincing in the way that he interprets music.
Erik Ronmark is president and CEO of the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. Erik, thanks for sharing your lineup for the 22-23 season with us.
Thanks, Peter. Always great talking with you.
For all of our arts and culture stories, go to our website at onedetroitpbs.org. Thanks to Anthony for having me at his studio. I'm going to leave you with a performance by dance organization Baira from Detroit Performs Live for Marygrove. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Monday.
You can find more at onedetroitpbs.org or subscribe to our social media channels and sign up for our One Detroit newsletter.
From Delta faucets to Behr paint, Masco Corporation is proud to deliver products that enhance the way consumers all over the world experience and enjoy their living spaces. Masco, serving Michigan communities since 1929. Support for this program is provided by the Cynthia and Edsel Ford Fund for Journalism at Detroit Public TV, the Kresge Foundation.
The DTE Foundation is a proud sponsor of Detroit Public TV, among the state's largest foundations committed to Michigan-focused giving. We support organizations that are doing exceptional work in our state. Visit dtefoundation.com to learn more.
Nissan Foundation, and viewers like you.